Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about the series that I want to try and either finish or catch up on or reread in 2019. I have a set of 8 series. Oh god. 4 are rereads and 2 are finishing. Yes. And 2 are catching up on. This is just a video that I wanted to do to try and make, not force myself to do it, but hold myself accountable to do this, because it is something that I very much want to do. And I continue to write down, these are the series that I need to finish, that I'm going to do this. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but I want a video to look back on for 2019 and be like, okay, these are the series that I really should be prioritizing. Now, for the rereads, I'm not going to be upset if I don't get to these, though these are the ones I really want to. These are ones that I would really like to reread and annotate, because I only like annotating books that I have already read and know that I loved. So that's why I really want to do that. The 2 that I want to finish are just ones that I was like, yeah, I really would like to get to those. But the 2 that I would like to catch up on are very long series, and I really, really would like to do that. I would really like to read those. So I'm going to make it happen. It's going to happen. So we can start with the rereads. The first one, it's not exactly a series that I love so much, but it's an addicting series for me that even if I don't love the first book, I will love the rest of the books. In this, I'll just show you. The Shadowhunter series, City of Bones being the first book by Cassandra Clare, or the Mortal Instruments trilogy, or the Mortal Instruments series, the Infernal Devices trilogy, the Dark Artifices trilogy. There's so many books in the Shadowhunters world. I would really like to go back and reread the beginning books. I have yet to read Queen of Air and Darkness. It's going to happen. I was only going to put the Dark Artifices on here, but I really want to go back and just read them all. And I would actually like to annotate my favorite lines, my favorite scenes. City of Bones wasn't the greatest first book. I will admit that. It did make it hard for me to continue on. But once I did, I really loved the series. I just loved the next book. Each book that came out, I just started reading, and again, it's a very addicting series. The first books in her series are not always great, except for Lady Midnight. I think that's one of the best series starters in this world that I've read. I thought it was great. Clockwork Angel was pretty good, but her endings are always so good. And I really want to get to Queen of Air and Darkness. Hasn't happened yet, but I really need to. But yeah, I just want to go back and read these and annotate them and just have a good time. I'm not expecting this to be amazing. I know it's not. And I don't like Clary. And sometimes I really don't like Jace. But I really love Alec and Magnus. And I really want to see them meet again. So I really want to go back. Because I just want to see my favorite characters. So it's going to happen. It's gonna happen. Yeah. I really want to reread this. I don't know when this is gonna happen this year, but I hope it happens this year. The next one is definitely one I really want to get to, and that is The Darker Shade of Magic, or the Shades of Magic series? Is that what the series name is called? Crap. Probably should have looked that up before of course, I can't find. Okay, well, I can't find the series name, but I'm pretty sure it's the Shades of Magic, because I don't think it's the Shades of London. So I'm pretty sure it's Shades of Magic, but I'm not entirely sure. Could be Shades of London. It's either one of those. But I really, really loved this trilogy. And I know V.E. Schwab is bringing out another set in the same world. Another trilogy set in the same world. I think it's a trilogy. But yeah, she's bringing more books in the same world. And I am excited. So excited. And I loved this first book. I loved the entire trilogy. I just really, really, really want to reread these and annotate these, and I am excited. This is one of my favorite trilogies of all time. This was fantastic. Kel and Lila were just great. And was it Reese, I think his name is? Of course it won't tell me. That is pretty cold. Pretty sure it's Reese. I hate when I, like, forget a character's name. Especially a character that I really love. Rye? Is it Rye? Okay, well, it's not Reese. I'm probably just thinking, ACOTAR. But, is it Rye? Whatever. Rye and Alucard, I love them too, so can't wait to go back and reread this trilogy. It's gonna be nice. This next one you probably already know because I did put up my January TBR and this is definitely on it. I really wanted to start my reread of this series because I did just finish it. The last book came out in 2018 and I just finished it. And I really, really want to reread it. April from Aphelios Maximus, all of her Read With Me, Throne of Glass videos have just been the greatest things I've ever watched. I live for those videos, and every time she brought one out, I would, like, put everything down to watch it. They're amazing, and it really makes me want to go back and reread all of these and annotate them and underline my favorite scenes and my favorite lines, and there's just so many good lines and great scenes. And again with the Throne of Glass, the first book was not the greatest book in the series. The rest of the books, the next, you know, like the Crown of Midnight on, that's when it gets like really, really good. But Throne of Glass was not the greatest. But it set it up where I'm just like, I have to go back and read. This is the only one that I feel like, no, Crown of Midnight's the only one I haven't reread. Yes. This one I have reread to get to Crown of Midnight. But I feel like this is the one I'm most apprehensive about going in to reread because I didn't love it. But I love Selena and Dorian and Kale and everything that happens in the series that I'm just like, I have to go back and read them. So I'm going to. Oh, it's definitely going to happen. And I'm hoping it happens in January because I did put this on my January TBR. So I'm excited. I really want to go back and read these. And yeah, it's going to happen. This one's for sure going to happen. And the other one is another Sarah J. Maas. You already know what it is, and that is ACOTAR. Court of Thorns and Roses. Oh my god. So, this is also one that, okay, I loved. When this one came out, I thought this was a 5 out of 5 stars. This was like, this was amazing. I loved it. And then Court of Mist and Fury came out, and I was like, why the frick would I give this 5 out of 5 stars? That is a 10 out of 10. That was amazing. That was the best book I have ever seen. Court of Mist and Fury is the Court of Mist and Fury is my favorite book of all time. It is #1. It will always be #1. And I really want to go back. I have tabbed it, but I've never underlined or anything, and I really want to go back and re-tab it because I feel like I was just like tabbing everything, like, oh my god, I love this, but I really want to go back and like really read it and like really tab like my favorite scenes and just like go over everything. This one sets it up really nicely, I will say that. But knowing what I know in the rest of the series, I am most apprehensive about going into this one because I'm not going to spoil it, but I am most apprehensive about going into this one, but I really do want to reread it. and annotate it and then go into Court of Mist and Fury. I need to. But knowing what I know, it's just like, oh, I have to, but, oh. But yeah, those are the ones I really want to reread. Next we'll go to the ones that I want to finish. Grave Mercy, or the His Fair Assassin trilogy by Robin Lefevre. I've already read Grave Mercy, but I really want to read the rest of the trilogy. Dark Triumph and Mortal Heart. I have both of those books. I would really like to just finish that trilogy before Courting Darkness. Is it just Courting Darkness? Could be like, wait, here it is. Yeah, it is just Courting Darkness. That will come out soon. That is also set in the same world. I don't know if it has anything to do with the rest of the trilogy, or like the first trilogy, but that is coming out in like February, I think, so I really need to read that. And I would really like to just finish the trilogy, because the last time I read Grave Mercy, I never went into Dark Triumph, and I really want to go into Dark Triumph. And again, if you watch my January TBR, you know Dark Triumph is on my January TBR, so. Next, or the last one that I just want to finish, is an old favorite that I'm hoping I still love, and that is the Agency series. The first book is The Spy in the House, or A Spy in the House by Y.S. Lee. I read this in high school. I loved the first 3 books. I never went into the 4th one because it wasn't out, and you know, when I was in high school, like, there was really not, like, it wasn't easily accessible to find when books were coming out, and I couldn't do what I do now, which is just go on Barnes & Noble, go on Amazon, like, or just Google when is the last book coming out. I mean, I bet I could, but it wasn't something that I was, like, familiar with, so I didn't. And when I did find out that the last one came out and they changed all the covers, which I really love, I felt they did a very good job with this. I needed all of them because, well, I really want to just reread and finish this whole series. It's quartet. I remember the romance in this was a very slow burn, if I remember correctly. Like, you knew they liked each other, but they weren't going to act on it. Yeah. But yeah, this is, oh my god. I just, yeah. It's about female spies. I mean, I really want to read them. Okay. The last 2 series are the very, very long series that I've read. Okay, so I've read quite a bit in this series, but never, like, continued on and caught up. Whew. The first one isn't as long. I can't remember exactly how many books are in this. Let's see if I can figure it out first before I, let's see. Oh my god. 1, 2. Okay, so far I'm thinking there's only like 11 or 12 books in this series. So it's not too long. I say that because I know longer series, and I've done that. The In-Depth series is like, I think it's around 40, it's in the 40s of the main books, but there are many novellas, so that brings it like well over 40. It's like, I don't know, what, like 60 if you count novellas. I have read every single one except for the brand new one that's out in mass market paperback. There is a brand new one out in hardcover. I wait till it comes out in mass market and then I read them. Yes. So Leverage in Death is the newest book for me that I need to read. Okay. But yeah, I have caught up with that one. I've done really well. I mean, that was my goal, I think, what, of 2017? Pretty sure, or was it 2018? Did I do that in 2018? I feel like it's been forever, but I could have done that in 2018? I'm not entirely sure, I can't remember. But this one is the Black Dagger Brotherhood series, the first one being Dark Lover. I can't even remember where I left off in this series. Let's see if I can sort of... It was probably like Lover Unbound or Lover Enshrined, which is what? It's like book number 5 or 6. So I was pretty much halfway through this series. And I remember really loving this series. I even started rereading it because me and my best friend, we were going to buddy read these. Didn't happen. And now we have other books that we need to buddy read for January. And I don't know if that's going to happen. I'm trying. It's the 4th day of January and I haven't finished a book yet. Really hate myself some days. But yeah. I really, really want to just get through the series. Like, I remember loving these. And I really want to read them again. And then actually, like, continue on. So, I want that to happen this year. But the one that's for sure going to happen this year, because I will literally kill myself if it doesn't. No, I won't kill myself. But still, I will be so very pissed off if it doesn't. Because I can't even tell you how many books are in this series. Because there are just so many. So there's like 14 on the list that I have in this book. But there's so many more. Okay, I'm going to say it's in the 20s. I'm going to say that it's definitely somewhere in the 20s. So it's not as big as In Death, but it's still pretty big. And there are some books that are quite thick. And that is the Dark Hunter series by Sherilyn Kenyon. And I'm not even counting her Nick Gaucher series, which is, what was the first book for that one? I don't even know. I can't. It has IN in everything, so I think Intensity or Intensify is one. Oh, I can't tell you. But yeah, there's that whole, like, young adult series. This is her adult series, The Dark Hunter. And there's 3 sets, like 3 series wound up into one big series. So there's 3 separate series wound up into one big one. There is the Dark Hunter, there is the Were Hunter, and there's the Dream Hunter. The Dark Hunter is the main series, and it branches off into the Were Hunter and the Dark Hunter. I read them all in order, so I read whatever the next book is in the series. It could be Were Hunter, then Dark, 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 Dream, Dream, Were, Dark, you know, all of that. I just read whatever's, like, I say to read them all in order because the next book in the series could kind of spoil that book for you. Like, let's say, if you're just reading Dark Hunter, in the Dark Hunter series, they do reference or see the characters from the Were Hunters and the Dream Hunters. Sometimes. I'm not entirely sure about the Dream Hunters, but for sure the Were Hunters. So, it will kind of spoil it if you haven't read those books. I always say to read them in order. Me and my best friend definitely want to buddy read these because I got farther than her, but she got pretty decently into the series, and then we keep doing this where we get kind of far and then we stop because they're addicting and we can't stop reading them, but we have to force ourselves to stop reading them because if we don't, then we'll never read anything else. But it has to happen this year that I catch up with it because I know the newest book, Stygian, just came out and I have no idea what that's about. And I really, really want to read them because I'm pretty sure Stygian is just like Acheron and Styx, and those are the thick ones because Stygian looks thick. And I think they did say, like, wait a minute. Oh no, that's Striker. Okay. I was like, really, I was thinking about it and I was like, that can't be right. But Acheron and Styx are brothers. So I'm really wondering what Stygian has to do with those two. And I haven't even read Styx. I really wanted to, but around there is where I just like, I stopped. I needed to stop. But it's not going to happen this time. I'm not going to let it. I'm just going to read them, and it has to happen this time. I love these books. These books are some of my favorites. Like, they're just so good. They are smutty. I don't care. They're are about Greek mythology. Like, they really touch on that. And like vampires. There's gods, vampires. There's just like everything in this. Werehunters, you know, I mean, like wares. I love that. Sherilyn Kenyon just tries to bring all of it into it. Like everything into her paranormal series, and I love it. We'll see if I ever go into the Nick O'Shea young adult series like I was meant to, and I do really want to pick those up because it is Sherilyn Kenyon, and she is one of my favorite authors, even though I haven't been able to finish her series. She does have a new series that I do have the first book of, and I really want to read that, but I am just like kind of afraid that if I read that, that maybe it would tie into these. I'm not entirely sure if it will, but you never know with her, and so I'm just like, I'm not doing it. I'm not reading that until I catch up with these. And so that's kind of why I have a little kick in the ass to catch up with these, so I can also read that one, because it's been looking at me, and I'm like, I really want to read that. Really want to read that, because I'm pretty sure it's about pirates, and I do like pirates. So, yeah. That's it for this video today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what series you still have on your TBR. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Bye. Happy reading.